Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Beluga the Jaegerist, and today we're going to be discussing something actually pretty special to me, pretty important to me. We're going to move away again from the ending of the series. We might still do some more ending videos. I'm not saying we won't do any more ending videos. I'm just saying this video will not be about the ending. And honestly, probably won't have any spoilers. But still, I still think there might be spoilers for this video. So just to save yourself the trouble, click off right now if you're not caught up fully with the month, because I might bring up on 39. I just might. I see you clicked off. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, I just lost a viewer just now after I said that. So funny timing. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about season 2 of Attack on Titan, which is actually the first season that I watched. Don't ask me how that happened. Somehow I ended up watching the entirety of season 2 multiple times, and I didn't even know it was a season 1 until after. Yeah, Hulu did not do us any favors in that regard. But I ended up watching the entirety of season 2 first. So I actually have a very unique perspective on Attack on Titan, having watched season 2 first. Right, that will really do something to you. So today we're going to be talking about why season 2 is severely underrated. Now, most people hop, skip, leap, and dance when it comes to season 3, part 2, for its conclusion to what we've been waiting for years, for its action, for its dialogue, for its plot, so not for its plot twist, but for its, the climax. It's the climax of the series. It's the most climactic moment in the series, filled with really, really good action and genuinely unpredictable stuff, right? Very, very good. And I'm not saying season 3 part 2 is bad. By no means am I saying season 3 part 2 is bad. I'm just simply saying season 2 is underrated. Now, again, a lot of people are caught on season 4 right now. Season 4 is not airing right now, but it's going to be finishing soon. And it is it has a lot of attention. And rightfully so. We got more plot twists, got more lore, got a lot of really cool stuff that's coming out. And stuff is now starting to make a little bit of sense now, or stuff is finally starting to make sense. So people really like season 4, but be forgetting about season 2 and how good it is. Now, I actually probably will be doing a video about why season 1 is the most underrated season of Attack on Titan, and why season 3 part 1 gets a lot of hate for no reason. But as far as that goes, we're going to talk about season 2. So why am I saying that season 2 is underrated, and why it's one of the best seasons, which is a weird thing to say, because I've always said, every season of Attack on Titan is the best season. There is no best season in my opinion. I actually made a meme. The Mexican guy that says yes. It's like, what's the best season of Attack on Titan? The guy says yes. It's like, there really is no best season, because really every season is as good as it can get, especially in the anime. Every season's as good as it can get. It's not like they could have done anything in season 2 to make it better. So they could have done anything in season 3 to make it better. Had season 2 been the way that maybe some of you guys wanted it to be, it would have been worse. Season 4 would have been worse. Season 3 would have been worse, right? But season 2 does deserve the props. And today I'm going to be talking about that. And so right now, one of the biggest things for me is actually one of the things I remember from watching this is I actually did not really categorize this as a action or horror series. When I would describe this to my friends and family, I always say it was this mystery show. It's a mystery show, and of course, Attack on Titan is many things. And yes, this is essentially going to have spoilers. It's a tragic love story. It's a story about the human condition. It's a story about brutality and war. Yeah, for sure. And it's also a story about mystery. It's heavy on mystery, and there's plot and there's mysteries down to the very end, the very last chapter, there's mysteries to be solved. And that's when you may be thinking, Beluga, what are you talking about? And that's because you don't understand the story. If you didn't think there's mysteries down to the last chapter, you don't understand the story, and that's why you don't like the last chapter. I'm of course referring to first off, the first episode was a mystery, and number two, why Ymir was still holding the power of the Titans, why she was still letting that happen. Those are all mysteries. But at its core, I would say, at its core, it is a mystery show. And from a person who watched this season 2 first, I can attest to that more than most. Because, or maybe I'm just biased and I think more than most, but um, because of the Ragako incident, okay? When the Titans showed up, right, and the whole Ragako thing, when the Titans showed up, Ragako turned to Titans. There's no blood. The horses were still there. They were trying to look for breaches, and they were, discovering what was going on. That was a very incredible mystery to me, and I really liked how it went on for the entire season. And that mystery, that season-long mystery, is because again, it's contained within the first season. It's not actually fully solved until season 4. That's a little bit I can tell you. He will have mysteries, and we'll get into this later. It's actually in my notes, so we'll guarantee to get into this later. He will have a mystery in one thing, and then he'll just sit on it for years, and then the mystery gets solved. That's something that separates Isayama from the pack. He will have stuff, and he is in no rush whatsoever to make the story make any sense. He will make something that makes no sense, and he will leave that for years. And then when it's time, when the proper time has been appointed, then and only then will he reveal a mystery. He'll never reveal a mystery for fan service, ever. He'll never do that, because that will corrode the quality of the story. But the Ragako mystery, Connie's mom being Titan, welcome home, Connie. Ymir even laughing about it and discouraging him from that notion, all was very, very good. It was very immersive and enthralling, even for a person who didn't even watch half of the show, watching more than half of the show. It was still very immersive and cool to have a mystery, a really well done mystery like that, play out throughout the entirety of the show. Now, the other thing that was good about season 2 is Ymir. Ymir is a gal who was introduced in season 1. I mean, she was introduced in season 1, and she just was there. We didn't really know much about her. She was on the top 10. She hung around, and we didn't really know much about anything. And then stuff started to become clear, and we actually get her entire story in just 12 episodes. Just one arc, we have her entire story. Now, not only is that a test to Isayama's mastery at being able to write someone's entire arc in one chapter, entire arc in one arc, an entire character arc in one story arc. That's better. And he did it irregularly. It wasn't linear, as in it wasn't like, okay, Mikasa has her parents killed. Hey, welcome to the stream. Mikasa gets her parents killed. Eren saves her parents. She's a simp for Eren. She's not a simp for Eren. Yay, character development. That's linear, right? It goes from the beginnings to their problem to their progression, and then their eventual betterment, right? That is linear character development. Our character arc. Ymir's character arc was actually shown sort of in reverse, because we see her as a fully developed character at first, and then we see what happens to her during flashbacks, right? So her character arc, and Ymir, that's what I call her, is integral to the storyline, because she has so many effects on Ymir, Fritz, Historia, and Mikasa. Her lesson, especially for women, to live for themselves, right, and not um, play a role along, or something along those lines, is integral to Ymir getting rid of the Titans. It's integral to Mikasa, and it's integral to Historia's character development. And it makes Historia a much, much better character. So we get this great character development from Historia because of Ymir. And of course, you get that beautiful panel, which is honestly, I think that Wit did. I really like Mappa, but I think Wit did a much better job with the paths because that panel where she wakes up at the end and she looks at the stars is just absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and that's a that's just a special treat, right? And speaking of gorgeous panels, I this is my personal opinion. It actually has nothing to do with the story. I actually love the art style in season 2 the most because this is actually supposed to be like a them cutting corners, but apparently they didn't have enough time or money, so they didn't do a lot of motion pictures. So they actually put in colorized manga panels instead, which were made to look like vignettes. And let me tell you, maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's a bad taste. I don't know what it is, but I just really, 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 really love the vignettes that they put in there. I mean, it is absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous, very, very much appreciated. One thing that can come right to the top of my head is a perfect example of the director. Again, so I'm talking about the anime. The director knows what he is doing. The director and the composer also knows what the hell he's doing, but and he gets a lot of praise as he should, and he will continue to get more praise from people in this community, and especially on my channel, who continue to get more praise. But the director also knew what he was doing, and that scene where Armin is trying to negotiate with Reiner, with Berthold, and he comes up and Reiner's holding Berthold and Armin in his hand, and it just pans out, and it's this beautiful. The sun is made very, very well in Clash at the end of the season 2. The sun is done very, very nicely. The sky and the sunsets very, very well done. You get this beautiful dust sky, which might symbolize it's the end of the season, it's the end of the arc because the sun is setting, and then you have it's all completely silent. All the smaller titans are around him, and then you have just Reiner holding Berthold and Armin, and you get this sense of a lot of things. One of the things you get the sense of is everything's put on pause now, including your life. You stopped everything to watch this very scene because you got all these titans around them. They're all crowding, trying to eat somebody. You got the sun is setting and the music is stopped, and nobody can make anything. Ryan's just looking down at Berthold and Armin, and it's just this beautiful, beautiful image. And that's one of many of the vignettes. Um, Also, when Commander Erwin got finally retrieved Eren and left. It had him reaching out, had Reiner reaching out, and on Erwin writing away in a beautiful vignette. Again, this was for budget cuts or something like that, so it's supposed to be like less. I just like it more. That's just my personal preference. There's nothing that you can disagree with that all you want, because isn't actually enhance or dehance a plot or story. I just really like that about season 2. Now as far as we're talking about characters, so as far as Ymir goes and how she had to defeat this story and how she got her amazing character development, it is also worth noting again from a person who watched season 2 that the side characters are the central focus for an entire season. Not only is that much needed character development for Connie, Ymir, Historia, and other characters. Maybe there's more I'm forgetting. Maybe, Sasha again. Sasha got again in the anime got more screen time, but you got these side characters that are the main focus for an entire arc. Not only does that speak But just what not only does what it accomplish what you're sitting in, and it gives much needed character development and familiarization with the characters. It also speaks to Isayama's genius that he is able to backseat his main trio while Captain Levi is injured, mind you. He can't just whip out his magic eraser, which is or magic drug, which is magic bullet, which is Captain Levi. You just put Captain Levi on there, have him beat some Titans, and everyone just goes blind and starts drooling over him, right? He's injured, and he's staying injured. He's not going to have some superpower that makes him like uninjured. No, he's injured. He's not a Titan, and he's injured. He's staying injured for the entire season. So I never got to watch Captain Levi do anything. Personally, I never, really grew fond of Captain Levi at first because why does he do anything? Aaron and Miklos and Armin, they're benched, and we're just focusing on the side characters. It's an incredible thing what he's able to do, and it really familiarizes you with these side characters, and it makes it just is a testament to how good Isayama is at this. So that's another thing that is really cool about season 2 is that it mainly features side characters. Now it is said that the best plot twist in Titan is when Eren manipulated Grisha. It's said that the best season is season 2 part 1. Season part 2, I mean. It is also said that the best villain reveal was Reiner Berthel, which may go in the plot twist category, but I'm just making it simple. This is something that is reached general consensus within the community. The Reiner and Berthel review was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant because, again, not only was it, you're going to hear this F word again, foreshadowed a bunch of times, which we'll get into foreshadowing later. But not only was it foreshadowed so many times and so brilliantly, they can begin retroactively watch it and be like, oh, so that's why he did this. Oh, that's why he looked at Annie like that. Oh, that's why the camera pans on him in this scene. Oh, that's why they're having this weird conversation. Oh, that's why Marco's dead. Oh, this makes sense now. He planned this, and then this is this. And then when you watch season 4, you see the mental illness and the history. You can be like, oh, that's why he revealed it that way. But I'm gonna hand myself. This reveal took massive balls. The balls in this man. People don't really understand how ballsy Isayama is. They don't. He's a humble guy, very humble guy, and that's good. And it's bad sometimes, but it's good this time because he, again, one of the things I just mentioned, he centered an entire arc, or the majority of the arc, on side characters. That's a ballsy move. That's a very ballsy move, and he already benched the fan favorite character, Captain Levi. He benched him. He has absolutely no fan service for anything, and he has no how do I put this? He has no a female that appeals to the audience, and the only male that he has that appeals to the female audience is benched. And speaking of females being used for sex, it is a very good thing that Historia, you think, oh, she's just a cute girl that everyone likes, and then plot twist, she becomes this person who tries to live for herself because of Ymir, and she's not, just there to look cute and whatever. Very nice. Anyway, but the balls in this man to reveal the villains like this. Hey, I'm the Armin. He's colossal. That is basically how they revealed it. Who does that? Who usually, again, what my sister, she doesn't have a YouTube channel, so I can't shout her out. But my sister, and again, this is not bad on my sister ranking point, but I'm just saying, I have been there with my grandmother writes scripts and my sister writes scripts. This is not bad. I'm just saying, I've been in those back rooms, and I know when they're trying to write scripts, and again, as an audience, you can tell they're trying to make it the biggest thing possible, the most drama, the most climactic, the biggest, like, rah. I don't have a pop culture example, right now. I can't think of one, but you guys all know what I mean. The plot twist is usually super climactic. It is very climactic. And Isayama, it's like Isayama doesn't understand he's writing an anime because he's not writing an anime. He's not writing a manga. He's not writing a comic book. He is portraying this so realistically, so beautifully. He goes and goes, Reiner's mentally ill. So again, that's why he does this. And it goes, he knew that because he planned Reiner's character out years in advance. And he goes to him and he's like, yeah, I'm a colossal. He's their armory. And it's done so, so brilliantly. It's done so brilliantly and it's hidden in plain sight. And again, I don't think I need to spend much time defending this because, or again, it's general consensus. It's general consensus that this is um, the best villain reveal. It's very good. It's certainly better than Annie's. Which was again, but that's the other thing about Annie, which actually went from my scene one video. But listen, it was just an incredible reveal for so many reasons: the music, the lighting, again Reiner's speech, which makes no sense when you first watch it. Then years after, then 2017. So that was see 2020. So like what, 3 years? We get to wait 3 years for that speech to come full circle. You have no idea what he's talking about, and then after 3 years, then all of a sudden you know what he's talking about, right? Just the mystery and the foreshadowing, why they're doing this and whatnot. Very cool stuff there. The other thing is it reveals the Beast Titan, right? Season 2 is a season that revealed the Beast Titan. And this is also incredibly underrated because there's so many good reveals. But the Beast Titan's villain introduction reveal was very good. You see, we've never heard Titan talk before, ever. Again, this is, unfortunately, I can't feel the fear in Mike's. I mean, actually, I was pretty scared when I first watched that, so maybe I did feel it. But you've gone this entire time not knowing that Titans could talk. Annie doesn't talk. Again, Aaron doesn't talk. And then a more advanced specimen comes up, Annie, who cannot talk. She's clearly trained. She clearly knows what she's doing. And she clearly is not surprised that she's a Titan. She clearly has known she's a Titan. And she cannot talk. The abnormals can't talk. Then, this Titan shows intelligence. Again, pretty scary. Then it throws the horse at him. Then it talks. That is a very good way to build tension. And then after it talks, it mercilessly tears Mike to shreds. And then from that point on, he is the de facto villain because even Reiner and Bertha were scared of him. Yeah. And you can infer that he's the leader of this group. He's calling all the shots. It's very creepy. He's done very nicely. And again, he's one of the main villains for the entirety of the show. It's very well done, and it does not get enough credit. And the other thing is the foreshadowing. The foreshadowing in season 2 also goes unnoticed. Of course, every season has foreshadowing, but I would just like to bring to your attention how much foreshadowing there actually was in season 2. So you first have the coffee, which is there. You see the coffee there, which of course means that the warriors were there and they were drinking their coffee. Now which is again cool in itself. But the other thing is the can. I forget what the fish was, but the can that Reiner had. And the can said something in the Marley language, and Ymir read it, and then Reiner said, "Wait a second, how could you read that?" And it's this incredibly, when I say awkward scene, I don't mean like the scene is awkward. I mean that the scene doesn't fit in the story. It just doesn't make any sense. It's unresolved. It's this very awkward scene because, like, he says, how could you read this? He reads it, and then she looks at him with this crazy face, and then it just cuts to the next scene. Um, just like the train scene with Aaron on the railroad, telling them that he wants his attack titan to go to no one, and he wants them to live long, happy lives. That's a very awkward scene, makes no sense at all. But of course, it gets revealed later on why he says it. But this scene is a brilliant piece of foresight because again, this adds to the mystery because you have the Rakugo thing, which is sort of solved inside of that, and then you get um you get mysteries with that, and then you have this mystery that's introduced in season two, and you're like, it doesn't get solved in season two, and you have a mystery in season one. So you have a mystery in season one that doesn't get solved. Why Titans exist, why the walls made Titans, or is that a season? Was that technically a season two? Because it's very hard. It's very hard to pinpoint when exactly they knew that the Titans were in the walls. But actually, I think it was season one. Actually, but why the Titans in the walls? Why the Titans exist? Those are all season one mysteries, which don't get solved in season two. So you have old mysteries. Then you have new mysteries, which get solved in season two. So it's like your own little contained mysteries. Really, really cool. The Rakugo thing. And then you have mysteries introduced in season two that don't get solved in season two. So it's adding to the mystery pile into more mysteries. So really, really cool stuff on their part. Now, the last part, and I say this for last because it's the most impactful for the majority of the audience. It is the most important and simultaneously the least important, which is the action. This I don't even think this was a lore dump. I think season 4 and season 3 part 1 had the lore dumps. When I say dumps, I don't mean in a negative way. I just mean they had the most lore. But season 2 had an incredible mix of character building, exposition, and action. Incredible action. We had Reiner and Aaron's fight, which was very cool. And the other thing with that fight is he follows all the anime rules, right? He's the angry mad protagonist. Oh, you took my mom from me. I want to kill you. And then he gets beat because he's too rageful. So you're over like, oh, whoa, that's realistic. Whoa, that's really cool. Then he's like, okay, gotta calm down. All right, I gotta analyze the situation, not be so violent. And then he thinks, oh wait, Annie was teaching me the technique. Oh, I'll use that. Oh, I beat him. You're like, whoa, this is really cool. Not only is this angry teenager anime protagonist slowing down, having some character development, he's also using past seasons and past characters. Ooh, this is really working out. Ooh, and then he listens anyway because that's the real world. It's so realistic and so gritty. It's so gritty because that's exactly what happens. You do everything right and you still will lose. That's just life. And it's very, very nice. But you know what? He still learned a lesson along the way. Sorry. Still learned a lesson along the way. But he still lost at the same time. Very, very realistic. Very realistic. This reminds me of when we all lost our minds when he punched the Warhammer Titan before she finished transforming. That was pretty cool too. And then he gets taken away to the trees, and they're having again more exposition, more mysteries, more not lore dumps. This is not lore dump, but more exposition, more character building. You're really picking apart your Mia's brain. You're really getting into her character now, which is again a completely aloof character. Then you're going into Barretful, and I actually probably will do a Barretful video in the future. But that one has to be researched well because I'm not gonna. He deserves his credit. But then you get Barretful, and then our favorite guy, Commander Aaron, shows up, right? He shows up, messes up their entire plan. And what ensues is about, was it 3 to 4 episodes of just pure anime action. You got the soundtrack working, you got the action, the color, it's all good to go. And it's very, I mean, I don't need to tell you, you saw, you know what I'm talking about. Very, very incredible stuff. You got, I said advance. I mean, one of my favorite scenes. It's been one of my favorite scenes for a long time until more scenes came out. But very cool stuff. And and then the conclusion, the finale, which is another mystery. And when he saves Mikasa and himself, and he kills the he kills the Spawn Titan. And it's a very good ending. You get some more answers, and you're like, oh, he has a good coordinate now. It's a very good ending to the series, and it's a pretty cool finale. And again, we have more lore, and the plot thickens, and we're like, oh crap, Titans are humans. So we have a lot. We have some unsolved mysteries. We have new mysteries. We have solved mysteries, and then we have a really good cliffhanger. So that is why I think that season 2 is very underrated and does not get the credit it deserves. And I'm currently filming this in 2022. Everyone is rattling on and on about season 4, and yeah, it should be. It's pretty cool. But let's not forget how great season 2 was. Another thing I'd like to say regarding the finale. If for some reason you watched this video, maybe because you thought it was going to be spoiler free because it was season 2, or maybe you didn't hear my spoiler warning, I would say don't watch it. Don't watch Attack on Titan skeptically. That can really bring up some problems along the line. Don't bring up, oh, Eren got eaten. Oh, there better be a good reason why he's still alive. Blah, 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 blah. Think Eren got eaten. I wonder what Isayama's going to do to keep him alive. I wonder what this is going to be really cool. How is he going to do this? Be genuinely excited. Don't be like, oh, well, he better not have a plot hole and he's got eaten. And, oh, why could Eren all of a sudden control Titans? Well, what's this crap? Be like, oh, that's really cool. I wonder what the story is behind this. You have to come with the assumption that Isayama has planned it out and he knows what he's going to do. I've read the entire thing. So he has a plan from start to finish, and he knows what he's doing from start to finish. And don't ever, when you're watching it, try to genuinely enjoy yourself. It will destroy your experience, and it'll destroy even after the explanation is there. You'll still not feel good because you were in a negative headspace and you're thinking this better work out. When instead of thinking, oh, I wonder how this is going to work out. Anyway, that was my video. Hope you liked it. Hope you share it to your friends. Hope you subscribe. All that good stuff. Thank you for watching. This has been Beluga the Jaegers, and I'll see you in the next video.